Eagle, proud symbol of our country, keep on flying high up above, and together we will stand and we'll restore the land. Oh, eagle, keep on flying, eagle.
Welcome to Listen to the Eagle Live in Jackson, Mississippi at the beautiful Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation building in the Reed's Metal Studio. We got a great show for you tonight. We got the Dog Hunters Association, but before we get introduce our guest here, and of course we give the 800 number, 1-800-251-5891, a pound 444 if you're a C-Spire customer inspired. It's toll free to call in tonight, and you can text us or you can tweet us, Paul Out Eagle if you like. All right, we got a Dog Hunters Association here tonight. Now, David, let's just tell it like it is. There's a lot of people that don't like dog hunting. And you'll be on television, on all of our television stations this weekend across the state, talking about this. Let's just get to the meat of the things. Dogs can't read signs, and we've got some problems over on the Homachita National Forest and on some private lands, but let's just talk about hunting. I always still hunted, but, man, when I'm still hunting, I was down in Leaf River Management area, and I couldn't see or hear anything all day. I used to love to hear those dogs coming through, like Old Blue, Jerry Clower's dog. You know, before the show's over, we'll probably play it. But let's just tell it like it is. Tell me about the Dog Hunter Association and what y'all running into and what you're trying to accomplish.
Well, basically, you know, we just trying to promote any kind of dog hunting in the state of Mississippi. We support and back all the hunters, whether you know, from fox hunting to squirrel, coon, deer, the whole 9 yards, and we just feel there's enough land in the state of Mississippi to do what you want, whether you still hunt or dog hunt, and I still believe that. You know, we can't control all dog hunters, so if there's some bad apples out there, you know, we got laws and law enforcement that should be able to handle that if notified. But there again, on some places, you know, like you said, I don't know if it's the dogs can't read. It's those those wild animals don't know where property lines are, is what we claim.
Well, I'm sure we're going to get some calls tonight that say dog hunters come and put their dogs out right across. That's the calls and complaints we usually get. And they know it's going on private land, but we'll talk about that in a minute. We got a caller there, Jim.
Sure, we got Kyle on the line with the Mississippi Blood Trailing Network.
Hey, wait a minute, Kyle, you there?
I'm here, Paul.
Okay, brother. How you feeling about the dog hunters?
Oh, I love the dog hunters. I'm a still hunter myself, but I don't have any problem with them.
What do you think the problem is? We get so many complaints up here. What kind of problem are we having over there, but maybe not the rest of the state, David?
In the Homachita, we just had some, you know, it's kind of unique situation over there where Homachita, they had some private land that intersected in with the national forest. So, of course, on that Homachita National Forest, you could run dogs. Well, people went over there and bought up the land and put camps and all on those little private sections that intertwined. And anyway, enough complained, and they implemented that permit system, and to me it's just been nothing but a nightmare since they've done it. And we've got all I can say is this: the reasoning they claim that people were turning dogs on private land has been running over 5 years now, and they have yet to give a ticket for that.
It beats all I've ever seen. By the way, I just got a text, and Carolyn Ham is 10 years old in the 5th grade that set that world record on that 400-yard dash up there. Congratulations, young lady. Kyle, are you with the recovery dogs down there? Who are you with?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm with the Mississippi Blood Trailing Network.
Well, now I know y'all got to use dogs to do that, so I wonder if people against that. Boy, y'all have made a lot of people happy. Jim Risher said that it's just have recovered several hundred. Y'all are pretty much statewide, aren't you?
Yes, sir. We're statewide. We're a volunteer service. We trail the deer for free, and we've got handlers in a lot of the counties, and a lot of our handlers will travel into other counties to help a hunter try to find a deer.
Now, David, what do you think about that group? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great. And I think opening weekend, they may be in dire need, as dry as it is all over the state, to finding deer. So
Yeah, well, one of the things, maybe, Jim, I don't know if you still have Russell Bozeman, but the Mississippi Forest Commission, we're going to try to get him to call in and see if our burn ban was in 72 counties. Now, we had a little rain, but he said he's afraid it wasn't going to do it. And I know, David, you were worried about these deer hunters maybe setting fire. We've already had many structures burned down in the state of Mississippi.
yeah, I was concerned that I know where I hunt, and it hadn't rained anything hardly in 3 months, and like I said, with the cooler temperatures coming, just people backing out, even whether they going steel hunting, dog hunting, or whatever, backing out in this brush, and with their motor running. People need to be real aware of that for this opening weekend. And,
well, several years ago, they did close a few counties to deer season. I talked to Steve Adcock not long ago, and he said there was no conversation with the Department of Life, Fisheries, and Parks at this time about closing any. But, I'm sure if fires start, these deer hunters are going to have to be awful careful.
Yeah, it's going to be everybody needs to be real careful out there. Till we get some rain.
Yeah, where are you, Kyle? Are you in Hattiesburg?
No, sir. I'm down in South Mississippi in Socher.
What do you? Y'all got it pretty dry down there, huh?
Yes, sir. It's been dry. I think we've had, I don't know, maybe 2 days. 2 days. It's a little bit of rain in the last 3 months. It's real dry.
Yeah.
And it just soaked it up as fast as it fell.
Bless your heart. Just got a call from Mr. Mixon down there that was on before us in Hattiesburg. Tweet us. I sure do appreciate it. Okay, we got a minute to break. I appreciate you calling in, Kyle. We're going to open some lines up. Yeah, thank you for calling. Thank you for what y'all do. 1-800, if you want to call in, we've got the Dog Hunter Association. You can complain or you can brag on them. 1-800-251-5891. That's toll free. If you're a C Spire customer, pound 444. We'll put you right in here to Jim Fox, and we'll put you right on. That's 1-800-251-5891, toll free, pound 444 if you're a C Spire customer. Right here in the Reeves Metal Studio, we have David Smith, president of the Hunting Dog Association, that'd be able to answer any of your questions and how you feel about hunting dogs. It's a dying tradition that has stopped in some areas, but I don't think it's going to stop in the state of Mississippi. I think we'll always be able to dog hunt. So y'all stay with us. Don't go away. We'll take your call as soon as we get back. David Smith with the Hunting Dog Association right here. Okay, welcome back to Listen Eagle Live in Jackson, Mississippi. The Reeves Metal Studio, the toll-free number 1-800-251-5891, a pound 444 if you're a C Spire customer inspired. We're right here in the beautiful Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation building with David Smith, president of the Hunting Dog Association. And David, Ole Miss is playing basketball tonight. USN is playing basketball tonight. So we are preempted on some of the stations, I think, maybe on the Gulf Coast. But, of course, they can download the free app, listen to the Eagle, and listen live at any time nationwide. But anyway, I would like to go into the thing, even though we're going to be taped late even in Macomb till Wednesday night at 8 o'clock after chasing foul balls with Robbie Hamilton down there, about what's going on in the home and shitter and what was required over there and what people are trying to do. We might as well call it like it is.
Yeah, well, they passed that permit system where they had to get a permit number and put on their collars and on their vehicle, and they have to run tracking collars. And, the problems we've had, I hear from the dog hunters is, people are catching their dogs and pulling them on private land to give them tickets, and there's really no way to comply with that thing the way it's checkerboarded up. They can turn their dogs loose on national forest land, and sometime or other there will be some dogs get on private land. But the main things, whether they just running through it or sometimes it's in the evenings when the dogs is looking for their owners, people's grabbing them off the roads and getting them tickets, and this is all the problems we've been having with it. And they really haven't written any tickets for what it was set up for.
Well, I don't like the idea of somebody being able to go grab a dog and put it over. Now, tell me about the fine. That'll fine the dog hunter if they do that. Is that law set up by the state? How's that law set up?
Well, it was set up through the Wildlife Fisheries and the National Forest Service. And, the National Forest Service issues the permits, but the Wildlife Fisheries or the National Forest people the forest rangers can give tickets for it. And like I said, we didn't agree with the permit number having to be stuck in the window, because basically, if I was over there and had a permit number and 4-inch letters on the back of my truck, if I rode down the road, you could write my permit number down, and then you could go down there and sign an affidavit and pay $25 to get me a ticket. And so anyway, that was a lot of the things we was having problems with, and they changed the colors of the stickers every year, and some of the guys never changed their the colors since their permit number didn't change, so they was giving tickets for a wrong colored permit on their trucks, and just a lot of things. To us, it felt like it was just a big dog hunter harassment thing, but that's the issues we've been dealing with, and I don't think they've gotten anywhere with it. There's only a certain few people that complain, that's saying it's really worked. Yeah. And most of it, all the hunters quit hunting over there.
Is Game and Fish? Tell me this about the Game and Fish. Have you got any feeling about the Game and Fish on this?
Well, we've been, we met with them numerous times, and I don't know who's still pushing it. They won't release that. They kept saying it was a pilot project. Well, and they still kind of holding to that, but it's been running, I think, for 5 years now, and we've complained on the parts that we've had problems with, but nobody's giving in on our side.
I see.
But I don't know the different complaints they've had. We just not getting anywhere with it. But the numbers of dog hunters have decreased dramatically over there, because they were tired of paying $175 ticket.
We got a call here now, and I'm hoping I just saw Russell Bozeman for the Mississippi Forestry Commission to call in too, Jim. If we don't, maybe we can call him. I've got his number. 1-800-251-5891, a pound 444 if you're a C-Spire customer inspired right here in the Reeves Mill. Who we got, Jim?
We got Joe Stone on the line.
Who we got?
Joe Stone.
Joe Stone is a dog. Now, you talking about a friend of the dog hunter.
That's a good
Joe
name.
Stone, say hi to David Smith, president of the Dog Hunter Association.
Hey, Dave. How you doing, man?
Good, Mr. Joe. How are you?
I'll tell you one thing. That pilot project is about the stupidest thing I ever heard of in my life. And that ain't nothing but a camouflage study to try to get rid of dog hunting. And them educated idiots up there that's trying to run things don't know nothing about dog hunting. And I just can't believe that the sportsmen of this state it just sat by and let them cover up with some stupid thing where you got to put a tag on a dog, you got to buy it, you got to put a tracking collar on the dog. I'd just soon stay home and play video games.
Well, I think that's what some of them about decided to do over there.
Well, you said the Game and Fish may be taking another look at it.
That I hope they are. We've been talking with them, and hopefully they gonna look at it and see about at least strike some of the issues they've been having with it. But I don't know.
Well, Joe, what would old Pop Stone think about that? He always took a dog.
I'm just telling you, Paul, that is absolutely the stupidest thing I ever heard of. And what the sportsmen need to do, I don't care what the senators and representatives, they all don't want you calling them. They, we've turned it over to the professionals. Well, man, you fought for about, 40 years to try to get it turned over to the professionals. So the professionals is the dudes that's out there in the woods with a gun and a dog. It ain't some guy with a degree that moved down here from Wisconsin somewhere.
Amen to that.
You got David smiling, Joe. What would me and you have done without dogs anyway?
Well, I tell you one thing, man. When you get older than me, you can't track them. You got to have a dog to track them.
Well, I tell you right now, you ain't got no rain down there. We're trying to get to Mississippi Forest Commission. Is your food plots come up?
No, there ain't nobody got it come up. But Paul, what you need to do is a hunt like me and you used to do 40, 50 years ago. This business of going out there, and I do it right now. But I'd like rather be sneaking through the woods. That's real hunt. That's climbing up in a tree. That ain't nothing but bushwhacking.
And kind of
But
dangerous.
I do it because that ain't hunting. That's just shooting, man. And I do it, and I love it. But I'd like rather do like you used to, go through the woods like an Indian, slip up on a big buck, and drop him. That's deer hunting, man.
There you go.
Well, and then if you're sitting there and you ain't heard nothing, you hear a dog, you get plumb excited, don't you? Well,
You know, man, as long as my old daddy was living, man, he kept a pack of dogs, and we stayed in the woods.
I guarantee you. Well, listen, Joe, we fix to take a break. I want you to keep a listening in case things get stirred up here like you used to, where you can call back.
All right, brother.
All right, love
Y'all
you.
have a good one.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Joe.
Hang in there, Dave.
All right, we'll do.
1-800-251-5891, pound 444. If you're a C-Spire customer inspired like we are, it's toll free right here in the Reeves Metal Studio. What's the matter with you folks ain't calling in and don't like the dog hunters? You scared? David's ready to answer your questions. Give us a call now. This is your chance. Unless you listen to Ole Miss basketball or something like that tonight. We'll be right back. Y'all don't go away. Stay with us. Welcome back to Listen Eagle Live in Jackson, Mississippi. We got David Smith, president of the Hunting Dog Association, and we're in the Reeves Metal Studio and waiting on your calls at 1-800-251-5891. Pound 444 if you're a C-Spire customer inspired. We're also waiting on a call from the Mississippi Forest Commission about the burn ban across the state of Mississippi, and hopefully we're not going to have to close any deer seasons coming up. We got a caller, Jim.
Yeah, we got Lee on the line in Lafayette County.
Who we got?
Lee?
Hey, Lee.
How you doing, sir?
Okay, good to have you over there, brother.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here. I've got some negatives about the dog hunting that I've experienced, and I was just curious when you talk. Everybody's there's good and bad people everywhere, and whether it's still hunting, dog hunting, or whatever. But I used to live on Sardis Lake. A lot of dog hunters run out there on the core land, and that area, multiple times I watch people shoot from the road. They run up and down the roads, reckless, and hey, that's fine, whatever. That's for the game warden to handle that. But my biggest complaint is a man to ride up to my back gate on my property where it borders the core land, where he's free to run all around there. He drives to my back gate and opens up a dog box off his four-wheeler and puts 2 dogs out at my back gate.
Now, you don't go along with that, do you, David?
No, we don't condone that. I mean, that's one of the things that that's where you need to call your game warden and get them out there to monitor that situation. And as far as the rest of it, I know on core land, I'm sure it's on national, they can't. Any gravel road is pretty much like a public road on the national forest and a lot of this core land, so they got to be off the road to shoot, I think. But
they close some of the roads now. I mean, it's not. I mean, which they run the four-wheeler and they got a dog box.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you got your own property and you want to run dogs, but when you're in a situation where your land borders where dog hunting is legal. And to me, I've taught to respect my neighbor.
That's right.
If my neighbor don't want me doing something or just don't agree with what I'm doing, as long as I don't spill over on his property and he don't spill over onto mine, everybody's happy. But when you get certain people, like I said, there's good and bad. But if you drive up to a man's property line and put your dogs out on his place,
and
that you wanted some negative. That I've experienced that for several years, and and there's no fixing it because I'm sitting in my stand 150 yards away from my back gate, but I can look at it. I can't get out and go catch that fella on a four-wheeler. I do catch his dogs. I got a dog pen. I put him in the pen, and all I can do is sit there until he drives by my house all day long, waiting on his dogs to come out the other side. I got him in the pen. And just because I want to talk to him and ask him, why would you drive to my back gate and put your dogs out? And if you put them out down there at the lake on the core property and let them run, that's a total another situation. The dog can't read. I agree with you, but
That's right.
Hey, let me stop you, brother. We're out of time.
He's gonna come up to my house and tell me that it was an accident. I say, no, sir. I watched you put the dog out.
Okay, listen. I appreciate you listening on the Tupelo Station Super Talk. We're out of time, and I appreciate your call. Thank you for listening up there. Keep listening, okay?
All right, thank you,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. Who we got, Dave? Jim, Mississippi Forest Commissioner's still trying to call in. He can't call in, but I don't think we got time. But he says, yes, the burn ban is still on, though. He did text me. He's had a sick baby and was not able to call in. Russell, I'm sorry you can't get through, and we're not going to have time before the show's over, but it is still on. And again, David, let me thank you for being on the show. We're about out of time. And
thank you for
the dog
having me.
hunters, we got those complaints, and they come, but like I say, the dogs, it is wrong, and you don't condone that.
That's right.
Bad apples giving y'all a bad name.
Yeah, we just don't want the bad apples creating more problems.
Yeah, and we'd like for everybody to go to our website, listen to theeagle.com to see what our television program is, but you can go to our website and see all the stations we're carrying. We invite you to please download our free app. Listen to the Eagle. You can always listen live and call in. Thank you, David. For those who wait for the Lord will renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. This is a God, family, and country show, y'all, and we believe in the power of prayer. We love you. Watch our television shows, and we'll see you next Monday night. We've got a great program for you about human trafficking, and that involves hunters and fishermen, too. See you next week.